Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode 159. Yeah, I know it's just been not that long since I did my last My Hero review. Last one I did a review of the recent release light novel. Now I'm doing a review of the anime episode, newest episode of the series, episode number... what is this episode number? It is 136, Deku vs. Class A, and I'm also discussing the 383rd chapter of the manga. Now, this episode covers chapters 220 to 222. Yep, roughly 3 full chapters. And here's the thing. We have roughly 2 more episodes left. You're probably asking, Nick, is there enough time to cover, like, did the sub version Japan, did they finish adapting this arc? Yes, they did. They most certainly did. We start off with the last episode where Deku is confronted by Class A, where he basically tells him, like pretty much in the manga, is like, tells me to leave, thank you for saving me, go on. Of course, it's like, no, we're not going anywhere. You're tired. You're basically at gas, per se. You're basically running on fumes. And they just want him to come home. So they try everything in their power. They basically try, like, everybody gets a shot at him. Froppy, Momo, like, the entire class get a chance. The only ones that like deal with Dictator is Red Riot, Invisible Girl, and the guy with the laser belly button. Yep. So mostly it's all, and I do appreciate though that Monica Rial get a chance to this episode, because here's the thing: if you watch the entire season, Froppy in the entire season has got roughly maybe 3 lines in like almost 2 dozen episodes, and this is the first episode of this whole season she gets more than 2 lines. Yes. Well, the reason for that is because Froppy doesn't speak very much. The only episode she's spoken aside from this one was like 1 episode of the Paramount War arc. That one she had about 3 lines. This one she actually had a good chunk of lines. Which in my opinion, this is the most she's had the whole season. Ochaku, she's had okay number of lines. I'd say a little more than Froppy has. But this is probably the most she's actually spoken in a single episode since that episode where she fought Toga. Yep, so everybody can chip in, but mostly, and get this, the person stopped Deku from flying is actually Ingenium. Yes, Ingenium will cover it with Pinky's acid. Yep. And of course, they do stop him. Eventually, they do finally, and of course, Deku apologizes to him and reminds himself, and of course, Red Riot also chips in too, where he remembers what happened. Apparently, he remembers the events of the pilot episode of the series, which also basically happened in manga chapter 1, where Deku saved Bakuto from this sludge monster. And basically, it's a good character piece for the whole class. And then he just passes and they arrive back at UA, where the barrier's up. This barrier technically first showed up in the school festival, it was first made its appearance. Here, it's fully activated, and the episode ends with people who are there who are not happy the fact Deku is there. They think because he's there, he might be the Soroki might target the school, and Deku tries to leave, but he's stopped by Ochaku. And what is the point of this? Well, that leads to the events of our next episode. Which, I do remember this happened in manga, where basically Ochaku's pouring her feelings out over the whole situation. And also the return of one character who was seen just a season, and another one who's not been seen in a couple seasons, per se. Who are they, you might ask? Well, also, by the way, Aries mentioned the episode, but doesn't make a physical appearance. And this, by far, in my opinion, this is not exactly action-heavy episode. It's more story-driven, this one. And I do appreciate the fact that the entire class got a chance to basically say some lines. Some probably has not some lines in many episodes. But yeah, really good episode. I loved it. Alright, next up we have the newest chapter of the manga, 383, Meek Spirits, where basically we start off with Pinky. Yep, Pinky's here, the beautiful Pinky, who, in my opinion, I think the fans probably agree with me on this, that fans probably ship her with Red Riot. I think Red Riot's got a thing for her. So, it says, oh yeah, after word spread about Toroki taking on Dabi at the containment facility of Jaku Hospital ruins. So, they mentioned that Gekamakia is under control of Saroshi. So, they basically show off the fact that you also have Mount Lady throw a giant wrench. Yes, a giant wrench. Yeah, and of course, mention about Rule, make things bigger. Try to take down, well, Gekamakia, Red Riot. Of course, Red Riot spots look like a version of Twice, maybe. Oh, he spotted me. Yep. So, yeah. So, eventually, of course, he gets covered thanks to Pinky. Yes, Pinky. Isn't cool by me. Yep. And then we see a little bit of basically like. He's like, Ashido, that's actually her real name, Pinky's real name. Joji never had revenge as mine. Yeah, I love Midnight Sensei's classes. I know all about fear because I'm weak. Because we form packs and close people. I goes, are you our side, your side too? That's what defines us. And apparently this convinces them to basically take control of him. Leads them into the previous chapter. Yeah, Mount Lady basically just lying on there. It's so funny. We claim Makia. Now I run up these escaped convicts and the peel of embers for transport. Huh? All for one, really? Giant massive gamble. And we have a massive brawl just to end. Then we have look like a version of, and we cut to Mount Lady with her giant, will look like not a wrench this time, but something else. With Giant Makia taking on something in this massive swarm to end the chapter. Also, a helicopter was watching. That's interesting. Yep. But yeah, damn good chapter. Love it. Give the chapter roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. And sadly, that'll be it for videos because it's getting kind of late. So, hopefully tomorrow, I get a chance to do more videos. Now, the only reason I'm doing it now because I had a bit of a minor mishap here in my house, but I've resolved it, so no worries. I'm not going to explain what it is because it's basically something I'd rather not go into. It's an embarrassing thing, okay? Do next video tomorrow, which will be a lot of videos, comedy and anime, okay?